Today I'm discussing my top 10 favorite One Piece characters and I hope you enjoy. I want to start by giving honorary mentions to Doflamingo, Sanji, Shanks, Mihawk, Garp, Odin, Rayleigh, Roger, Sabo, and Big Mom. At 10 is Aokiji. I feel like Aokiji is heavily underrated and it's all because he lost to Alkainu. What people fail to remember is that this man fought with Alkainu for 10 days and 10 nights. Not only did he survive, but it's said that the battle was close to a draw and changed the weather on Punk Hazard. For me, this man has one of the coolest devil fruits in One Piece. I've always loved ice and fire abilities specifically, and I like the way he carries himself. He has a very chilled vibe about him, literally, so I had to swap him with Big Mom and put Aokiji at number 10. At 9 is Law. Law is another character with devil fruit abilities that I love. I love the way he uses his devil fruit because I think it's quite masterful. I loved Law's backstory with Corazon. It's one of my favorite backstories in One Piece. I don't really feel like he's had many chances to shine so far because I think he hasn't peaked yet, but I can see so much potential in Law as a character and in his devil fruit. He was one of the characters I would smash, and I just think his character design is hella cute. He has a really cool epithet as the Surgeon of Death. Overall, I just feel like I have a lot of love for Law as a character. I find him very relatable. I think our personalities are quite compatible and would make good friends, so I've put him at number 9. At 8, we have my boy Ace. Ace is a character that I've always found attractive since he was first introduced. I'm very much attracted to the way a person carries himself, and Ace was a character that clearly had a lot of confidence. He has these really cute freckles that makes his character somewhat unique. I love smiley people and by extension, smiley characters. He had a very mischievous personality and I liked the vibe he gave off because you could tell he could be laid back but he was still strong. As I mentioned before, I've always loved ice and fire abilities specifically, so I always loved his devil fruit and the way he used it. Ace's death really pained me because I honestly wasn't expecting it. I thought the guy would somehow manage to survive, but obviously Oda had his plans. Being Roger's son definitely gave him some perks, but I think he did really well as a character in terms of achievements and personality. I think Ace would be in a lot of people's top 10s, and for me, he's number 8. At 7, we have Whitebeard. Whitebeard and Ace are very close for me on this list, but overall I felt like I liked Whitebeard just a bit more than Ace because he was bigger on family. I'm drawn to people who are big on family and I loved how Whitebeard went out and made his own. He was the strongest man in the One Piece world, and the battle at Marineford really gave us a taste of what Whitebeard could do. It's a shame that we didn't get the chance to see Whitebeard at his peak, but I can only imagine how formidable he would have been as an opponent. He's one of the legends of One Piece, up there with Roger and Rayleigh, but still is a very compassionate character. He was the perfect balance between strength and compassion, so I really loved his character. Another reason I hold Whitebeard so highly is because of the way he died. I really respect a lot of his values, and he went out like a goat, so that's why I've put Whitebeard at number 7. At 6 is Fujitora because I think this man is absolutely incredible. Not only does he sport my favorite color purple, but he's also a man of great honor. I particularly love characters with strong morals and resolve, so when Fujitora was introduced, I instantly fell in love with him. He really intrigues me and I can't wait to find out more about why he decided to take his side. He said he saw something so horrific that he decided he didn't want to see again. It's just such an extreme measure to go to and to do to yourself, so I really need to know what that was. He's an admiral that doesn't abuse his power, and honestly, I wish he wasn't working for the Marines because he really seems like someone I would get on with in the real world. I also really liked what he said to Luffy. He basically said that he wished he hadn't taken his side so he could see Luffy, and he essentially said that he thought Luffy would have a kind face, and isn't that the cutest thing ever? Nah, I actually love him a lot. I love his strength and I love how he lives with honor as well. So Fujitora is my 6th favorite character. At 5, we have Robin. I love Robin so much. Not only is she intelligent, but she's been through a lot and I relate to her character a lot. To be honest, I really love her evolution, not just in design, but also as a character. We've seen her grow from strength to strength and find her confidence within the Straw Hat crew. We've seen her go from being suicidal and hopeless to being full of life and happy. She is currently the strongest woman on the crew and plays a crucial role within the crew. She pulls her weight as a member, and she was a child prodigy who was talented enough to learn the ancient language. So I think Robin deserves her flowers and I can't wait to see her reach her full potential. I've always enjoyed and appreciated a character's evolution, and Robin's journey is one I've really enjoyed so far. So for that reason, Nika Robin is my fifth favorite character. At 4 is Blackbeard. Blackbeard is my favorite villain after Kaido because he really gives me big villain energy. Everything about him, from how he was introduced to how he got to where he is today, is incredible story building. I think Blackbeard is underrated. Maybe it's because he's a villain, but I like how knowledgeable he is. He knows things that others don't know, and he plays his cards really smart. He has this really cool devil fruit ability, and I love that it goes so well with who he represents as a character. It's also crazy to me how he just stole Whitebeard's fruit like that, but it just shows how far he's willing to go to achieve his dreams. With 2 devil fruit powers, he really is OP, so I really think people should be paying more attention to him. He showed us how badass he was when he broke into Impel Down, and he took his teammates out and escaped with no problem. It's a big flex. Personally, I really don't think we've seen enough of him so far. I think he's going to be one of the final villains that Luffy will clash with, and I can't wait to see where his story goes. So I've put Blackbeard at number 4. At 3, we have the man himself, Kaido, because I love him so much as a villain. I know we don't know a lot about him in terms of his backstory, but from the little I've seen, I respect him so much. I think he has a perfect personality for a villain, and he's up there with Doflamingo. I want to know why he wants to unalive himself. I want to know what he knows about the One Piece and Wano. As a manga reader, I really want to know what happened to him, especially in his past. I like that he's very strong, but he will also fight you psychologically. I love that he knows how to make characters question themselves and their whole lives, so it just makes him an S-class villain for me. Dragons are my favorite mythical creatures, so naturally I was drawn to him as a character. And I love his strength, obviously. I just think he's really underrated, simply because we don't know enough about him. But I'm sure in time, Oda is going to fix that. So Kaido is my third favorite One Piece character. At number 2, we have Luffy, and I feel a lot of people are going to be surprised, but I really love Luffy as a character. I know many people hate him simply because he's not intelligent or tactful, but I'm drawn to him personally because of his energy. Even if he isn't the smartest MC, he knows when it's time to get serious. He believes in himself, he doesn't doubt himself, and he puts his words into action. He's extremely resilient and doesn't give up, which has gotten him as far as he is now. As someone reading the manga, I can tell that Luffy has grown a lot. I've really enjoyed following his journey and having him as an MC because he's very unique. I love his carefree spirit and how he has the ability to bring people together. He can be very unserious, so he really makes me laugh. I love that balance between seriousness and knowing when to get serious. I think people like that are very rare and extremely special. He fights for the ones he loves and his freedom. No matter how strong he gets, he ultimately never changes, and that's one thing that's also very special about him. He has this dream that he'll stop at nothing to achieve, and I can't wait to see him achieve it. So Luffy is actually my second favorite character, guys. Last but not least, at number 1, my favorite character in One Piece is currently Zoro. My last video was all about why women love Zoro, and I love Zoro for many of the same reasons. His strength, discipline, loyalty, and hardworking nature. I just feel like he's one of the coolest people in the entire crew and on the entire show, actually. I love how dedicated he is to protecting the people he loves and chasing his dreams. He's very similar to Luffy in that aspect. I can't wait to see what Oda has cooking up for his character because his left eye has been closed since the time skip. I'm also very interested in his backstory, and I have no doubt that he will become the world's strongest swordsman one day. So Zoro is a character that I greatly admire and respect. So he is the top for me, and he is my favorite One Piece character. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and comment down below what your favorite One Piece character is. Okay, thank you, bye!